Chosen ones, have you ever wondered why demons are always afraid of you? Why your light unsettles darkness wherever you go? In this video, we uncover the hidden truth they never wanted you to realize. Chosen ones, the secret truth demons don't want you to know. Chosen ones, there is a mystery that has followed you your entire life, often without you realizing it. Have you ever wondered why, even before you were fully aware of your own power, you felt resistance around you? Why people reacted to you in ways you couldn't understand? Some being drawn to you instantly, others disliking you for no clear reason. Why situations seem to come against you more fiercely than against others? The truth is, it was never just about people or circumstances or coincidence. It has always been deeper. You carry something within you that exposes darkness, and darkness cannot remain comfortable in your presence. That is why demons, forces of negativity, fear, doubt, confusion, have always been unsettled by you. They recognize something inside of you that you may not even fully grasp yet. You are chosen, and your very existence disrupts their plans. But before we go deeper into this secret, I want you to pause with me for a moment. This message has the potential to shift your entire perspective about who you are and why you've experienced what you've experienced. I invite you to watch this message until the very end, because each part builds upon the last. And as you listen, take a moment to release your energy into the universe by writing your most sincere wishes in the comments, sealing them with 777. This act is more than symbolic. It is you aligning yourself with your destiny, declaring that you are ready to receive what belongs to you. In doing so, you open yourself up to fulfillment, strength, and blessings that no force of darkness can deny. Now let us step into this truth. Chosen ones, the reason demons fear you is because you represent everything they cannot control. You carry light, and light always exposes darkness. Imagine walking into a dark room with a lamp. Instantly, shadows scatter, and everything that was hidden is revealed. That is what your presence does in the unseen realms. Even before you say a word, even before you take action, the energy you carry unsettles the forces that thrive in secrecy and deception. You are a threat, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Your existence reminds them of their limits. From childhood, you may have felt this without understanding it. Perhaps you faced more spiritual attacks than others, more feelings of isolation, more internal battles that made you question your worth. This was not random, it was targeted. Because even when you didn't know you were chosen, the forces of darkness did. They saw the mark of destiny on your life, and they feared what would happen if you ever realized your own strength. So they tried to confuse you, discourage you, silence you, make you doubt yourself. They knew if they could keep you blind to your identity, they could keep you from fulfilling your purpose. But here is the secret they don't want you to know. The very fact that you have been under such resistance is proof of your power. Demons do not waste their energy on what does not threaten them. They only come after those who carry something valuable, something rare, something dangerous to their plans. If you have faced greater battles than others, it is because you are a greater threat than others. And what they feared most was the moment you would wake up and see yourself clearly. The moment you would understand that you are not weak, not forgotten, not ordinary, but chosen. This truth changes everything. Because once you know that the opposition in your life has not been random but intentional, you stop seeing yourself as a victim. You begin to see yourself as a warrior. You begin to realize that every attack was confirmation of your value. Every setback was evidence of your importance. Every rejection was proof that your light is too strong for certain places, certain people, certain paths. The darkness tried to break you, but in reality, it only revealed who you are. Chosen ones, this is why demons are afraid of you. They see what you carry. They know your potential. They know that when you step into your full power, their influence over you and over those connected to you will end. And that is the secret they don't want you to know. They thrive on fear, but your courage dismantles them. They thrive on lies, but your truth exposes them. They thrive on confusion, but your clarity destroys them. The more you step into awareness, the less power they hold. And that is why your awakening is their greatest fear. So as you listen to these words, let this sink deep into your spirit. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are strong. You are not resisted because you are unworthy. You are resisted because you are chosen. And the very fear that demons feel when you rise is the clearest confirmation of who you are. Chosen ones, the fear that demons have toward you does not always appear in obvious ways. It often hides in plain sight, working through circumstances, environments, and even people around you. Have you ever wondered why certain individuals suddenly turn cold toward you, even when you've done nothing to offend them? Or why doors that seemed open slam shut without explanation? Or why opportunities that were meant for you seem to vanish at the last moment? These are not coincidences. They are manifestations of the unseen resistance that follows those who carry light. Demons fear your potential, so they attempt to surround you with confusion, obstacles, and people who unknowingly act as vessels for their resistance. What many don't understand is that spiritual battles often play out in natural ways. You may notice that some people are inexplicably drawn to you, while others are inexplicably threatened by you. This duality has nothing to do with your personality and everything to do with your energy. Those who are aligned with truth will feel peace around you. Those who are aligned with fear or deception will feel exposed around you. And because they cannot explain the discomfort, they may project it onto you, labeling you as arrogant, intimidating, or difficult, when in reality, their spirit simply cannot hide in your presence. This is why you may have struggled with rejection. People walk away, doors close, relationships collapse. Not always because of you, but because the light you carry exposes what others are not ready to face. Darkness thrives in hiding, and when your spirit reveals it, the reaction is often resistance. It can be painful, yes, but it is also confirmation. It shows that you are walking in your purpose, that you are carrying something powerful enough to stir the unseen. Chosen ones, even in your workplace, your family, or your social circles, you may have noticed that you stand out. Sometimes it's admiration. People look to you for guidance, even when you never asked for that role. Other times, it's jealousy. People compete with you or undermine you, though you never declared a competition. Why? Because your very presence shifts the atmosphere. When you walk in, spirits respond. The ones aligned with light draw near, and the ones aligned with darkness resist. This is the truth demons don't want you to know. Their fear of you often hides behind human behavior, and if you take it personally, you'll miss the deeper battle. But here is the power in knowing this truth. Once you realize that the resistance you face is not always about you, but about what you carry, you stop wasting energy trying to win people's approval. You begin to see rejection as redirection. You stop asking, "Why don't they like me?" and start asking, "What is my presence exposing in them?" This perspective frees you. It allows you to walk with confidence, even when people misunderstand you, because you know their reaction is not your identity. It is their reflection. And let's not forget the strange patterns that have followed your life. How often have you noticed setbacks coming right before a breakthrough? Or sudden distractions showing up when you were about to make progress? Or unexpected opposition rising when you were stepping into something new? These are not accidents. They are signs of the unseen fear that darkness carries toward you. Demons sense when you are about to rise, and they attempt to block it, not because they believe they can stop you, but because they hope to discourage you enough that you stop yourself. Their greatest weapon is not destruction, it is distraction. If they can make you doubt, delay, or give up, they don't need to defeat you. You defeat yourself. This is why your awareness is powerful. The moment you realize that every strange resistance is actually confirmation of your significance, You stop seeing opposition as a sign to quit. Instead, you see it as proof you're on the right path. That is what they don't want you to know. They want you to think the battle means you're weak, when in reality, the battle means you're strong. They want you to see rejection as abandonment, when in truth, it is protection. They want you to view delays as denial, when really, they are preparation. So, chosen ones, do not be discouraged by the reactions of people or the patterns of resistance you face. These are the signs that you are feared in the unseen. These are the signs that you are carrying something too powerful to be left unchecked. And while others may misunderstand, you must remember, you are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to walk in truth. And truth, by its nature, disrupts lies. Light, by its nature, disrupts darkness. That disruption is your calling, and it is why demons are always afraid of you. Chosen ones, by now you may have realized that your life has never been ordinary. While others seem to move easily through certain paths, you've often felt as though every step forward came with resistance. Opportunities slip away at the last second. Friendships turn into betrayals, and seasons of peace are interrupted by sudden storms. Have you ever asked yourself, why me? Why does it feel like life fights me harder than it fights others? Here lies the secret. You are a chosen one, and spiritual battles follow those who carry a destiny too powerful to be ignored. Demons fear your awakening, and this is why they fight you so aggressively. If you were not carrying something extraordinary, they would leave you alone. They would not waste their time or energy on you if you were not dangerous to their plans. But because you are marked for a higher calling, you attract battles. Darkness recognizes the threat you pose, often before you recognize it yourself. This is the truth demons don't want you to know. Your battles are not proof of weakness. They are proof of significance. Think about it. If you were building something meaningless, no one would try to stop you. If you were walking in circles, never advancing, the opposition would remain silent. But the moment you start stepping into alignment with your purpose, resistance rises. Every delay, every distraction, every attack is evidence that you are walking towards something that matters. Demons know that if you ever step fully into your identity, their influence crumbles. That is why they fight so hard to keep you doubting, questioning, and retreating. This is why your battles often feel personal. It is not just about random misfortune. It is targeted. They study your weaknesses, your fears, your wounds, and try to use them against you. If they sense you fear abandonment, they send people to leave you. If they sense you wrestle with self-worth, they surround you with voices of criticism. If they sense you fear failure, they create situations where progress feels impossible. The goal is not simply to harm you, it is to make you surrender your own power. Because demons know they cannot actually take your calling from you. The only way they win is if you give up on yourself. But here's the part they don't want you to realize. Every battle you face is also strengthening you. What was meant to break you becomes the very thing that builds you. When you endure betrayal, you learn discernment. When you overcome fear, you grow courage. When you survive storms, you develop resilience. Each trial sharpens you into someone who cannot be manipulated, someone who cannot be deceived, someone who walks with clarity and authority. And this transformation terrifies demons even more, because not only do you survive the battles, they leave you stronger than before. Chosen one, you must stop seeing your battles as punishments. They are confirmations. They prove that you are too important to be ignored. They prove that your light carries influence that disrupts darkness. They prove that you are already making impact, even if you don't see it yet. Demons fear you because they know your very presence changes atmospheres, and they know that once you step fully into confidence, you will inspire others to rise as well. That is why your resistance feels heavier than most. You are not just fighting for yourself, you are fighting for everyone your life will touch. Have you noticed that when you rise, others rise too? When you heal, others find courage to heal. When you speak truth, others find strength to be honest. When you shine, others are reminded of their own light. This ripple effect is why your battles are so intense. You are not just carrying your destiny, you are carrying influence that stretches beyond you. Demons are afraid not only of what you will become, but also of what you will awaken in others. And here is the deeper truth. Your survival is already their defeat. Every time you endure, every time you rise again, every time you keep moving despite the weight against you, you remind darkness that it cannot win. You are living proof that light cannot be extinguished. This is why your life feels like a battlefield, because your very existence is a weapon. So, chosen one, stop questioning why the battles are so fierce. Start recognizing what they confirm. You are chosen. You are marked. You are feared by darkness not because you are weak, but because you are strong. And every attack against you is simply proof that you are already walking in victory, whether you see it or not. Chosen ones, one of the greatest truths that demons never want you to realize is this: you already carry authority over them. From the moment you were marked, from the moment you were set apart, a line was drawn in the spiritual world. They may whisper lies, they may stir opposition, they may attempt to distract or intimidate you, but they cannot erase your destiny. They cannot undo what has been written over your life. And this is exactly why they operate through fear. Because fear is the only way they can convince you to surrender authority you already hold. You've probably felt this dynamic in your life. Whenever you step closer to your purpose, fear rises louder. Doubts creep in. Negative voices echo in your mind, trying to tell you that you are not enough, that you don't have what it takes, that your journey is too hard. But chosen one, recognize what is happening in those moments. The closer you get to stepping into your authority, the harder they fight to distract you. They cannot take away your power, but they hope to keep you from realizing you have it. Think of your presence as a flame. Darkness has no power to extinguish it, but it does everything possible to keep you from noticing how brightly you burn. If you believe your flame is small, you'll hide it. If you believe it doesn't matter, you'll neglect it. But once you realize that your flame is enough to pierce through the thickest darkness, nothing can stop you. This is why demons tremble when you grow in awareness. The more you understand who you are, the less room they have to manipulate you. And let's be clear, authority does not always look like loud declarations or dramatic displays. Sometimes, your authority is in your stillness, your peace in the middle of chaos, your refusal to break under pressure. Demons thrive on chaos, but when you remain calm, you dismantle their influence. They thrive on lies, but when you hold on to truth, you expose them. They thrive on fear, but when you walk in courage, you disarm them. Your authority is not in what you fight, it is in what you stand for. This is also why chosen ones often find themselves in situations where their strength is tested. Authority must be exercised to grow. Just as muscles grow under resistance, your spiritual authority strengthens every time you stand your ground in the face of opposition. Every no you speak to fear, every step you take in faith, every time you choose truth over deception, you are exercising authority. And with each exercise, you expand your influence. This is what terrifies demons most. Not just that you survive, but that you thrive, that you grow, that you awaken others to their own power. Chosen one, remember this: demons cannot touch your destiny. They cannot rewrite your story. They cannot block what is meant for you. All they can do is try to convince you to block yourself. This is why the battle is in your mind, in your emotions, in your perspective. If they can make you doubt your worth, you'll hesitate. If they can make you fear failure, you'll delay. If they can make you believe you are alone, you'll give up. But the moment you see through their tactics, their power crumbles. Awareness is your greatest weapon. And when you step into that awareness, something shifts not only in you, but around you. Suddenly, the rooms you enter feel lighter. The people around you feel safer. The atmosphere changes. This is your authority in action. It is not forced. It is natural. You do not have to try to be chosen. You already are. And the more you walk in that truth, the more undeniable it becomes. This is why people sometimes say they feel peace just by being near you, or why they feel convicted without you saying a word. Your authority flows out of you effortlessly because it is part of your identity. And while demons may try to stir resistance, they cannot erase what you carry. In fact, their very presence is proof of your power. If they weren't afraid, they wouldn't be fighting. So, chosen one, embrace this truth. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of opposition. You are not defined by fear. You carry authority, and that authority is greater than anything darkness can throw at you. The secret they don't want you to know is that they are more afraid of you than you are of them. And once you fully understand this, you stop living in reaction to battles and start living in the power of victory. Chosen ones, by now you understand that demons cannot take away your destiny, but that doesn't stop them from trying to interfere with your journey. If they cannot destroy you, they will attempt to distract you. If they cannot silence you, they will try to surround you with noise. And if they cannot control you directly, they will use the people and environments around you to drain your focus, weaken your energy, and tempt you into stepping away from your path. This is why protecting your energy and setting boundaries is not just optional, it is essential. You've probably noticed that certain people in your life bring peace, encouragement, and clarity, while others bring chaos, confusion, and heaviness. Some individuals leave you feeling energized after being around them, while others leave you exhausted, questioning yourself, or carrying emotions that don't even belong to you. This is not random. It is one of the primary ways that darkness works, through people who unknowingly act as vessels for draining your spirit. They may not even realize it themselves, but the energy they carry resists your light. This is why chosen ones often experience betrayal or disappointment in relationships. It's not because you are unworthy of loyalty, but because your light reveals hidden motives. People who are not aligned with truth cannot remain in your presence without eventually being exposed. And when they feel that exposure, they may lash out, distance themselves, or even turn against you. Painful as it is, this too is confirmation. Your energy is too pure to be comfortable for those who thrive on deception. Chosen one, your spiritual boundary is like a shield. Without it, you are vulnerable to constant draining. With it, you preserve your focus, your clarity, and your strength. This means you cannot say yes to everyone, no matter how much you want to help. You cannot give yourself away freely to every request, every friendship, every relationship. Some connections are assignments, while others are distractions. Some people are sent to support your destiny, while others are sent to slow it down. The ability to discern the difference is one of your greatest weapons. You may even notice that as you rise, your circle gets smaller. This is not because you are unlovable, but because your spirit is rare. Not everyone can walk with you, and not everyone should. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes, and fewer people can handle the altitude of your calling. Boundaries ensure that you do not waste your energy trying to carry those who were never meant to go with you. And though loneliness may sting, it is better than being drained by the wrong company. Demons know they cannot overpower your destiny, so they target your focus. They stir distractions, arguments that don't matter, opportunities that look tempting but pull you away from your true path, relationships that seem exciting but drain your soul. If you're not careful, you can spend years entangled in what looks good but is not aligned with your purpose. That is why discernment and boundaries are vital. Every no you speak to misaligned people or situations is also a yes to your destiny. Chosen one, your energy is your most valuable currency. Protect it, guard it, invest it only where it multiplies. Stop apologizing for being selective about who has access to you. Stop feeling guilty for walking away from environments that suffocate your spirit. Your boundaries are not rejection, they are protection. They ensure that your light remains strong, your focus remains sharp, and your destiny unfolds as it was meant to. And here lies another secret demons don't want you to know. They lose their grip the moment you stop giving them access. When you protect your energy, when you refuse to entertain negativity, when you walk away from toxic people, their influence ends. They can only work where they are welcomed. Once you close the door, their power fades. Your no is not just a boundary, it is a declaration of authority. It is you saying, I will not be drained, I will not be distracted, I will not be delayed. And that statement alone sends ripples of fear through darkness. So chosen ones, embrace your right to protect yourself. Value your peace more than people-pleasing. Value your focus more than empty validation. Value your destiny more than temporary comfort. For your energy is sacred, and when you protect it, you remain untouchable. Demons cannot thrive in the presence of a chosen one who knows their worth, guards their boundaries, and stands firm in their authority. Chosen ones, as we reach the close of this message, you must fully embrace the truth that has been unfolding before your eyes. You are not an ordinary soul walking an ordinary path. The opposition, the resistance, the constant battles, the inexplicable reactions you faced your entire life, all of it points back to the same reality. You were chosen long before you knew it. You were marked with light, and that light terrifies darkness. Demons have always known who you are, even in the moments when you doubted yourself. And their fear is proof of your authority. This is the truth they never wanted you to discover. They tried to hide it behind lies, behind setbacks, behind rejections, behind betrayals. They wanted you to believe that your pain was punishment, that your struggles were signs of weakness, that your isolation was abandonment. But now you see clearly. Every battle was evidence of your value. Every rejection was protection. Every delay was preparation. You were never being abandoned. You were being sharpened. You were being refined into someone who cannot be broken, someone who carries authority in silence, someone who shifts entire atmospheres simply by showing up. Chosen one, the secret they feared you would uncover is this: your presence changes everything. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere bends. When you speak, truth pierces through lies. When you endure, hope spreads to others who thought they couldn't endure. Your resilience is a weapon. Your authenticity is a shield. Your light is an answer to someone's darkness. And this is why the enemy has always feared you. Because you don't just survive, you transform. You don't just endure, you inspire. You don't just shine for yourself, you awaken the light in others. But here is what makes your destiny unstoppable. Demons have limits, but you do not. Their influence is temporary, but your calling is eternal. Their tactics may slow you, but they cannot stop you. Every time they tried to silence you, you rose louder. Every time they tried to break you, you grew stronger. Every time they tried to confuse you, you gained clarity. And now you stand at a place in your journey where their fear is obvious. They know they have no hold on you anymore. The choice before you is not whether you are chosen. You already are. The choice is whether you will finally walk in the fullness of that truth. Will you stop doubting? Will you stop apologizing for being different? Will you stop dimming your light for the comfort of others? Because the time has come for you to rise without hesitation. You are not here to fit in. You are here to stand out. You are not here to be ordinary. You are here to reveal the extraordinary. You are not here to be silent. You are here to speak truth that breaks chains. And as you step forward, know this: you carry protection greater than any opposition. You are surrounded by strength that no darkness can penetrate. You are aligned with a destiny that no demon can undo. Their fear of you is not only a reminder of who you are, it is a prophecy of what you will become. Because the more they resist, the more you rise. The more they fight, the more you win. The more they fear, the more you shine. So, chosen one, lift your head. Walk with boldness. Guard your light, but do not hide it. Protect your energy. but do not shrink from influence. Set your boundaries, but do not doubt your authority. For you are here to transform,